In the studio with me right now is Grammy Berry. He is hoping to bring home the Grammy. Should I'm right?
Yeah, you're right.
The Grammy be coming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's gonna happen. For real.
But for real.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that happens for you. I feel like that is one award that every artist deserves to have, especially for people, you know, who put in the work. But let us meet Grammy Berry. Tell us about yourself.
Okay, Grammy Berry is an eccentric music writer, recording artist, and also a performer. And Grammy Berry is somewhat an introvert, but due to the fact that I'm into the music and entertainment biz, I can sometimes go crazy or just act abnormal or weird to some people who don't really understand how I interpret my craft. Well, I'm from Akwa Ibom State, and I came to Lagos some few years back, and I made my debut last year professionally when I recorded Rise, and the videos even out on TVs and YouTube. I worked with D-Sharp. I produce my songs, I mix master them. I'm a songwriter as well, and pretty much that's it. I have big dreams, I have goals, you know, and that's even one of the reasons why I did that song called Rise, you know.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about it. Tell us about Rise. What's the inspiration behind it?
Yeah, Rise is like, it's a benediction song, you know, tells that story of someone who had dreams of making things happen, and at the point you started living that dream, and you're like, okay, this feels good, I do not want it to stop, because the strength is not yours, it comes from someone up there. And so that was just like asking God, please, whatever happens, don't let this stop. I want it to keep going, because I know it will keep going, but you cannot just be too cocky. Yeah, so that was just the idea behind the song. That's what inspired the song.
I like that you put humility first. It's an attribute that works very well in every aspect of life. So keep that to yourself. You really need it. However, you are a young man that definitely come from an African home, and a legit regular African home. We know what it's like when you wake up and say, "Mommy, I want to be a music artist." You are so lucky if you're not disowned from that point. So we'd like to know what has the support been like from home?
Well, from the home front, yeah, it's typical what you just said, you know, because first and foremost, I come from a religious background that doesn't really accept people going to secular music and stuff. It's a thing of the world. But I had support though from my elder brother. I think he got me my first set of studio equipment. He has always been my backbone. Shout out to Daniel. So he was always there, even when mom was like, you can't be doing music. I was like, this is what I really want to do with my life. Even if I make mistakes, even if I regret it, which I doubt I will, at least I know I made that decision for myself. So I went all out, and my brother he was the one that supported me, and it was like, okay, you're going to Lagos, you want to go do the music in Lagos, there's no one for you to stay with there. And I was like, I'll be fine. And I left, and ever since then he has been of great support, of tremendous support to me.
All right, let me ask you this question. I can understand your parents, were not there for you music-wise, because they never had that mentality of their own children doing music. But your elder brother actually stood in for you. What exactly did he see in you that made him feel that, let him just give you that support, which your parents weren't seeing?
Okay, I'd say that it must have been the influence of hip-hop music, because he was the one that, he was always bumping to these hip-hop rap songs and stuff like that. So I was always close to him. I started miming to those songs, so I was able to sing some of those songs by heart, and it was like, you're really good, can you do something on your own? And so I just started putting words together, and I was making music. It was like, so we kept it on a low. I used to go out for cypher sessions. I would win some, I'd lose some, get airplay on the radio, and I was like, man, are you sure you're just going to play with this thing? I was like, I really love doing it, because ever since I was a kid, I used to watch a whole lot of icons, perform and I'll just be dancing to it, you know. So it has always been that part of me. I'm very creative when it comes to music, so I think he saw it first because I was really like close to him. You know, I used to spend a lot of time with him.
So what's the push for you, the inspiration, and you know your decision to stick to the kind of sound that you produce, that the kind of sound that you give? What's the inspiration? What pushes you to that corner?
It is the creator of everything, because as a creative person, I know that energy comes from somewhere. So it's just it's God. It's God. It's that voice that speaks to you and you be like, okay, this is what you should be doing, you know. And once I put myself into it, I put in work and I get positive results from it. I get positive reviews. It keeps me going. Like I'm sure that okay, I'm on the right path. So that's the inspiration. Comes from God and from the people around me, the fans, the listeners, you know, friends. Yeah.
All right. What's the big picture ahead? I know that you mentioned how that your fans, and I feel like the 100 Music Group, you guys are very family oriented, sticking together.
Yeah.
However, I want to know what the big picture is for for Grammy Berry.
Yeah, it's global domination. That's the biggest picture. Getting to the highest height of this career, this whole thing, you know. And 100 records, we don't start what we can't finish. So the big picture is global domination, you know, taking charge of everything, you know. Because all the big brands out there, they started somewhere. They were once small, they were little brands, but now they're all over the place. But it only takes time, you know, consistency and hard work and focus. We'll get there.
So take us through, the expectations that, what should your fans, your followers be expecting? Yeah,
I'm working on an album. We're working on a label album, the 100 music album, and I'm working on a personal EP for myself. And I'm putting out a record pretty soon on the 21st of July, Fearless. It's off that EP. I already dropped one earlier on in the month, Illuminary. So they should be expecting that pretty soon. It's dropping on the 21st of this month.
Is there a message behind this EP? I know that you cannot give me all the details, but I want to have
okay, like a glimpse of the EP.
What is the message behind the EP?
Yeah, the EP is Illuminary. That's the name of the EP. Illuminary pretty much means a source of light, And so the message there is pretty much there's a theme to the EP. It's all about that. Look, I came from somewhere and I've gotten somewhere with what I have. If I'm able to do that, you can do it too. Yeah, if you can see it and you work towards it, it becomes tangible. So that's just the thing behind the EP, Luminary.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, that's really interesting hearing all of this from you, and you really, read my mind. I was about asking you before you said this last point, that what advice would you, want to share with those who are young like you, who might be doing or thinking like doing what you're doing, but do not know how to go about it, or might not have the kind of support you had from your brother? What advice do you have for them?
I'll just say it all boils down to being focused and consistent and trying to develop yourself every day. Personal development does a lot. It helps because where your money cannot speak for you or connection cannot speak for you, your personal growth and development will speak for you.
Okay.
Yeah, so I would urge anybody who is a creative person who wants to venture into entertainment and stuff to forget about the material gains and the razzmatazz that comes with it and focus on personal development.